Welcome back, everyone, to your podcast, our podcast, the Popular Side Podcast, on a very, very, very special Sunday. But it's still Yinka Yusuf.
Good evening, people. How are we doing?
I know how you're doing, Yinka. And I'm still...
you know how I'm doing.
I'm still like I told Yinka earlier, I'm happier than a pig in rhymes with
filling the gap. filling the gap.
Oh my lord. So in case you've been living in outer space for the last 5 days, North London is red, London is red, England is red. And from reports reaching us from around the world, a lot of big cities around the world is red.
Oh my God.
Everyone wants to be a part of this amazing train. Including people that we thought supported other clubs, according to Yinka over here.
Absolutely.
Releasing bangers, celebrating Arsenal. But hey, Yinka, we're very ecumenical. If they want to come on board, we'll take them.
You're welcome. We're welcome.
Area.
Yeah.
The modern area,
So I think there's some people that used to support Arsenal that potted, quote and unquote.
Oh, they ran away when the going got tough.
And some of them are now coming back, or some of them that outed themselves are too ashamed to come back. So I have a friend that used to be an Arsenal fan that all of a sudden became a City fan, and he kept on mocking Arsenal. So every time City wins, he'll mock. Then when Arsenal won, right? The guy quickly congratulated me. I said, you knew I was going to come for you, I just said it jokingly. Yeah. But going back to the points you raised around people that we didn't think were Arsenal fans, we said it jokingly, and I'm going to say it here. There's a particular musician in Nigeria whose name, I won't mention the name, but the guy that decided to stop
rhymes with.
I'm not even going to do that. The guy that decided that he has superpowers and he can stop a plane. I'm like, that's a Chelsea fan behavior. That's an Aguero behavior. There is no way this man is an Arsenal fan. Right? There's absolutely no way this guy is an Arsenal fan. Yeah. So all of a sudden, when I saw the track that he released, I'm like, now wow, you too, But even the ones that we know, so for example, the other Fuji guy, people know him, Pasuma. We've all known Pasuma to be an Arsenal fan because he sings about it a lot. Yeah. So I can give him a pass. But this other guy,
his arch rival is a Chelsea fan. But keep going.
Okay, I can give him a pass. But this other chairman, Oga, Packwell, I beg. Packwell.
Did I tell you that
we welcome everybody to the parade?
We welcome everybody to the parade. Did I tell you that I met Pasuma's arch rival at the airport?
You're always meeting people at the airport.
Last year. I met him, shook hands, we talked for a little bit, then I let him be, and it was crazy.
The guy is quite surprisingly, he's quite learned, quite intelligent, right? And he speaks very well.
They all are.
He speaks very well.
I know that's not the focus of this, but most people who become the best at what they do are very intelligent. It's really hard to get to the top of your game in anything you choose and stay there and not be strategic, not be intelligent, not be hardworking. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Again, this, for me, we're going to talk about this, right? So this is the lesson of Arteta to me. right?
Yes.
You know, a man who left home at 16, who has very little informal education, but the man, emotional intelligence oozes out of this guy. You know, he's obviously extremely intelligent, obviously extremely hardworking, which I've said it. How many episodes of this our podcast I've talked about this guy? I'm like, you're never gonna outwork this guy. It's not going to happen. You can try.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. The self-belief, all of that. But we do have an announcement to make for those who are watching. This will be an Arsenal special episode. Yinka decided that. We will not be speaking about anything else but Arsenal today.
Yes.
Should we apologize?
We're not even titling the episode 10, 105, 106.
No, we still have to count. We still have to count it. We'll still count.
No, skip this one. You count. You continue the count for the next one.
Oh, no. We can't lose our episode. It's still 108, but it will be the Arsenal episode.
Absolutely. So the next one will be 109, right? But the title y'all will see for this episode is the Gooner Champions episode. Just so we are...
You can't. If we didn't want you to win.
If we miss out and win the Champions League next week will also not be episode 10. It will not be 109. It will not be 109. It will not be 110. I wanted to say 1010. But 110. It will not be any of those. It will not be any of those. So just so you all know, right? So that's announcement number 1. So Aki, what's the second announcement?
That's it. What else do we have to
announce? No, so this episode is not going to last for 1 hour. Just so you know. It will not last for 1 hour.
Let me tell on you before you finish telling on yourself. So, like, I think I've said it many times. Yinka puts the agenda together on this show. Most times I don't have any comments. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. I'll see you when I see you, right? So this time I'm looking at them like, is this dude serious? Like, everything is like Arsenal. And then they quickly go, I'm just going to read it. Just so you know, this episode will last for as long as we need it to last. No time limit, no other discussion point. I say, yeah, just... Yeah. This is why people don't like Arsenal fans. It's because of people like you. This is why...
No, but it's just there are so many things to talk about, right?
Yeah, this is
you
true.
know when in Yoruba when we say Ojoro ti waye, when things happen and you're like, no, this is not the time to talk.
It's not the time.
That has been for the past 22 years.
Woof.
This is the time to talk. This is the time to talk.
Well, let's get into
it. We won't say everything. We will limit it a bit, and God help you all if next week turns out. Then we will talk.
Yinka.
We will then finish the discussion, but we'll start the discussion today.
Yinka, okay. Before we get into the discussion, we'll still talk about the Champions League, but there was something I thought about.
Yeah.
You know, the Champions League final used to be midweek. Until what, 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago? I don't know.
Maybe longer. Yeah.
Maybe longer. 10 years, maybe. But in 2006, the last time we were there, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We did not win the EPL, obviously. We had to beat Wigan. I don't remember if it was a home or away, but we had to beat Wigan to make the top 4 that year. Right? That was the team that was undefeated going to Paris to face Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know, so just to give you an idea of where this Arsenal team and nation has come from, you know, that was a surprise run to the final. That was Sol Campbell being injured pretty much all season until the final.
Yeah.
That was Eboué at right back.
Yeah.
That was Gil Clichy at left back. I believe it was Clichy. I don't think it was. Yeah, the boy had already left.
Are you sure?
And the Cole had already, sorry, Cashley had already left.
Are you sure Cashley had left?
I think it was Cole. Let's say it was Cole. I don't remember, but you can check. But that middle partnership, it was a new Kolo Toure.
And for the larger part of the season, Phil Senderos.
Thank you. And Senderos. Flamini played a huge role. So maybe the left back was Flamini. Maybe it wasn't even Clichy yet. I don't remember. Yeah, but
I'll check. But you check. But go ahead with your points. Yeah.
Henry obviously was up top. Fabregas was in the hole behind him. I think Perez was still there. Obviously, they took him out in the final after the red card. Gilberto was holding, right?
Yeah.
Lundberg was still on that team, right? But you could see, they were already like the Invincibles had been broken up. This was 2 years after the Invincibles. They'd been broken up. Vieira had left because we played them. We played Juventus
in the quarterfinals.
And people
played Juve in the quarter. We played Villarreal in the semis. Villarreal in the semis.
We played Real Madrid in the first knockout or something.
Round
like
of
that.
16.
Yeah.
Round of 16. Then Juve, or maybe it's the other way around. But I can't. Maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, Juve, Real, Villarreal. Penalty. Crazy. The crazy penalty against that. But anyway.
The crazy penalty.
My point is, we didn't go as champions. We went as, hey, we had to win on the last day to get top 4. I'll let you sit with that for where we get to there. I'm feeling very confident. PSG have never played a defense as good as Arsenal. And Arsenal defense is not the back five. It's everybody. It's a system. It's everybody. But we'll get there. Yinka, let's get into the agenda.
Yes, sir.
13 minutes in. Let's get into the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. So
let's go.
Arsenal's first league title in 22 years. How significant is this?
Okay, now let's calm down and let's discuss. Enough of the quote unquote banter and pissing around.
Agueroism.
Agueroism and the rest of it. So Akin, this is very, very significant. Now a lot of people just say the 22 years. They throw that out at the get-go to say that is why it's significant. But it's not just the length, it's not the duration, it's the nature of those 22 years. Yeah? It is what the club had become in those 22 years. It is the club going from invincible to rock bottom in terms of we had Skrodram, Mustafi, and Papas, whatever, as your centre backs. Socrates as your centre back. We had become a laughingstock, yeah? And in those small instances where we were about to do something, we were the almost team. I remember Birmingham, Obafemi Martins tapping in at the was it Wales Stadium or Wembley, one of those two, right? Where Laurent Koscielny and Szczesny decided to, both of them had brain farts at the same time, right? The almost team, the collapse team, were the ones that people said break their legs. When you break their legs, they can't do anything. And these things were not because of just them, making suggestions. It's evidence-based. They broke Ramsey's leg, broke Eduardo's leg. Arsenal were on the cusp of winning that Eduardo leg break, that Birmingham game, 2008, the Gallas team that Gallas was the captain. And after Eduardo
at midfield,
after they broke Eduardo's leg, things went south. We are talking about collapse. That was a collapse, right? And we could talk about each season in 22 years and realize that there were some things that if anybody had told you this will happen, you'd be like, come on now, it won't happen. In the 22 years, we had 2 captains leave. One went to United the next season, won a trophy, right? one left, said he wanted to go back to his childhood club and thought he could just come back and say, I'm back, prodigal son, right? Then he went to Chelsea. Then he won with Chelsea. We lost 8-2 at Old Trafford. How many times Mourinho was making fun. He said Arsene is a master of, what did he call him? Master of
specialist,
failure.
No, specialist in failure.
Specialist in failure. Right? The ref even was so pissed off at us. The ref started giving the wrong players red card against Arsenal. You know? So we were the comedy team of the EPL.
Sure.
A lot of Arsenal fans will not like this, but that was the truth. So people were bantering us because, yes, we deserved the banter.
Oof.
We deserved the banter. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Yeah? And Wenger was holding on to old glory. I love Wenger, right? But you and I agree, outstayed is welcome, right?
But
because of the positives that he did, I choose not to say ill of the man, right? I appreciate what he did. Yeah. Apart from Everton that just did it recently, no other club has built a new stadium, grown organically, and didn't go down. Go check.
Yeah.
Spurs, they're lucky. Spurs they just sneaked in right now. But every other team that built a new stadium during the Wenger era, everybody went down. Yeah. But Wenger was the only one that was still saying, let's try and make top 4. Let's try and manage top 4. Yeah. Then the footballing world changed. The money started coming in. Abramovich came in with the big box. Then City came in with the big box. Then you had, what's their name? You had a United that had a 60-something thousand capacity stadium like 20-something years ago. Every season, that's a £30 million revenue differential. Every season. You know? So we did things, we made mistakes, we got rid of Wenger, we brought in Emery. Emery didn't work. You brought in, what's his name? Freddie Ljungberg in the meantime to hold sway. Then you brought in Arteta, right? Then when Arteta came in, he started 8th, yeah? Then a lot of things happened. Aubameyang issue, Raya issue. Then all the issues with, what's his name? The Brazilian former sporting director, Edu. All of that also happened. So, Akin, yes, we're the banter club of the EPL. And what now made it worse was, as you can see, Akin, the fan base is huge. It is humongous. So, which is why when a lot of people banter Arsenal fans, the only thing they can do is double down. That double down make them look... No, it's true. So double down was a cope mechanism, was a shield, right? So people will now say, oh, Arsenal fans are delusional, right? And I'm like, your own too is coming. The things that you're blaming Arsenal fans for, it started happening to United already. Yeah, it has. But the reality, going back to my point, Akin, we were the banter club of the EPL. We were, yeah? So for me, being a banter club for almost 22 years, or the larger part of 22 years, and now win clearly. This is not a function of, and we had a lot of near misses, second last year, second the season before, now first, yeah. This is just absolute, it's massive, it's significant. And also, if you think about it, Aki, Arsenal's rebuild, I can clearly say it is a lot more organic than the other people's rebuild.
Of course,
yeah?
Of course.
So it wasn't as if we were throwing money at every problem we had. Because when we were going to rebuild, PSR came on board. So we couldn't throw money like Abramovich did with Chelsea. Yeah? And we couldn't throw money around, even though we had wealthy owners, we couldn't throw money around like what's the name? Like City did. Yeah. But it validates the way we rebuilt. Yeah. It validates the way the club said we're gonna still grow organically. Yeah. So in my own position, or from my own perspective, Aki, I'll hand over to you shortly. This is absolutely significant. Absolutely significant. Over to you.
So, I didn't even stop you. Like, you already said there's no time limit on this one. So just the talk, you go. Okay. So, okay. So you said a lot about the old Wenger years, right?
Yes.
I'll cherry pick a little bit and then I'll focus on the Arteta years. So I thought Wenger was great. And then he got old, right? People who know me know that, how do I put this? I'm not the biggest fan of old people in young spaces, right?
Yeah, ageist. Let's say it the way you want to say it.
Yes, yes. If you're not going to update yourself, get out of the arena, right? So when I'm old, I will not be playing around with young people. I will be home counting my money. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be letting young people do what young people do. And I mean, I'm being a little facetious, but Wenger was great pre-YouTube because he used to have scouts on the ground who knew all the little French boys and little African kids. And then once 2004 came and there was YouTube, that was it. Everybody knew who everybody was. And he still kept using the same scout network. Now it's no longer, one, everyone had their own scout, and two, everyone had YouTube. There was now no hidden gems to be had anywhere, Yinka. Internet's everywhere. YouTube everywhere. You could not surprise anybody anymore. You don't believe me? They kept the signing of Sol Campbell under wraps until the day they announced it. You can't do that in the internet era. They didn't know. Nobody knew Kanu was being signed until Kanu showed up to the stadium. I mean, you might as well be talking about 1935 here, Inka, the way things have accelerated, right? Everybody was going to the Middle East, going to Singapore, going to Hong Kong, going to mainland China, coming to the US. Wenger wanted to keep going up the one village in the Swiss Alps for preseason training, right? And I'm like, do you know? But it wasn't making £1 million. It was like the highest paid coach. Again, I'm trying to choose my words carefully about Arsene Wenger because I spent most of my young adult life defending this guy. But you know me, I'm harder on the people I love. It was getting paid serious money, more than most coaches in world football. And it was by far the highest paid staff member at Arsenal. And then once his stars hit age 30, it's like 1-year contracts. Again, not updating himself. That, hey, under his nose, what happened, Yinka? Medical science happened. Players started playing well into their 30s. But Wenger still had the thinking of the 80s. Oh, that once a player is 30 years old, they're done. But that's not true, though. It's definitely not true now. But even during Wenger's time, it was not true. It was beginning to not be true. There were procedures they were doing on people's knees back then that they don't do anymore because they have much better techniques. He missed all that. I said I'll cherry pick 2008. All we needed was a replacement for a broken-legged Eduardo. And maybe some sports psychologists, to give these players a hug. Like Remy was out there. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we were one like Remy January transfer away from winning the league, Inka. So Wenger always tells you this lie, because it is a lie. That, if I can't find players better than my players, I won't sign. That's nonsense. You don't always need players better. Madueke is not better than Saka. It's value over a replacement player, right? All you need is a minimally competent replacement, to soak in the last 25 minutes, get your guy some rest. Someone coachable, right? Who's going to sell you a backup to Henry who is like 5% worse than Henry. No, you don't have that kind of money. That guy doesn't want to sit on the bench. That guy thinks he's better than Henry. So Madueke is going to the World Cup, Yinka. I'm so proud of him. But he's like 50% worse than Saka. But he's still good enough. It's true. So we were one like Remy signing away in 2008. No signing came. Yinka, should we talk about the goalkeeper farce that was Arsenal? And because I lived in the US, I was like, oh my God, there are 10 US born goalkeepers that are better than everybody at Arsenal. And it would almost make me cry. I'm like, how can it be so difficult? Goalkeepers are the least paid, least expensive members of the playing staff. We had promoted clubs that had 3 goalkeepers better than everybody at Arsenal for years at a time, Yinka. This man played Flapianski, as we came to start calling him. Fabianski's real name. Disgraced us in the Champions League.
Fabianski is not your problem.
Oh, you don't remember his debut.
Okay.
You don't remember his European debut.
No, I'm even telling you. But you think about it, Fabianski, hold on now. Fabianski turned out very good eventually. I thought you were even going to talk about Almunia. I thought that was what you were going to...
Almunia started out good. Don't forget. He started out good. And then, because it's a backup, when you use him for more than 5 games, it will blow up in your face. But I'm talking of, were you even paying attention in training? How do you rock up to the Champions League? And you put this guy, oh my God, I'm sure there's a YouTube compilation there somewhere. Yes, he became a really good goalkeeper down the road. But there was no plan, Yinka. There was no plan for the goalkeeper position. And Wenger, once he got old, his tactical instructions were just go out there and run around a little bit. It became like your typical British manager. Just go out there and run around a little bit. They didn't do, and the players would tell you this, they didn't do tactical sessions. They didn't plan for teams. They just went and played their own games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all these other cats, they were modernizing. Mourinho came and just started slapping this guy anyhow, and he had no response. And the worst one for me, I said I'll cherry pick. Clearly I lied. I'm going deep. Was on your 1000th match as a coach, your worst enemy beat you 6-0. Yinka.
Yep.
I was ashamed that day. I was ashamed for him. I'm like, all these players should get fired. Nobody got a red card. Nobody punched anybody in the face. Nobody did a slight tackle. You just took your 6-0 and went home and disgraced your manager, who has defended you, who has paid you way more money than you're worth. And nothing happened. That was Arsenal. Okay, let's jump. You've already talked about how we got to Arteta. For me, this is how I know, you know what? Much kudos to the people who hired this guy. And then they all got fired. Even more kudos to the people who stood by him. Right? So first year, half year rather, the COVID year came in December, COVID happened in March, he came 8th.
Mm-hmm.
The next full year, more points, still 8th. But they made more points, but still 8th. And then the year after that was when he really got into his own, right? There was a big, let's call it strategic decision in January of that his 3rd season. Where they lost 6 players, out of the club, pushed 6 players out of the club and brought nobody in. And they won a lot of games, but they missed Champions League by 2 points to Spurs.
Yep.
Because they lost their last 2 games. They were up 4 points. They lost their last 2 games. They finished 2 points behind. So nobody's going to remember their run from that January. They'll only remember they lost by 2 points. And that was when Arteta started learning squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. You need 2 players at every position. So that year they came 5th. And then I feel like that's when things really took off, Yinka. And I told you this. I watched them in preseason in Baltimore. I came back, I told you, I said, we're going to win the league this season. Everyone thought I was crazy. That was Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus before injury was something. He was the one who changed that team. He was the one who changed the way we played, the way the attackers stretched the back line. He was the one who changed. I don't know how many other people were bought that year, but he was the one. He was the cornerstone of that turnaround.
Yeah.
84 points, 5 behind City. People will say, oh, we came second, but to be honest, it wasn't that close. The 5 points flattered us. Once we lost Saliba and we replaced him with Rob Holding, again, you have to be minimally competent. Yinka, do you know where Rob Holding is today? I don't. Do you know?
I think I do. I saw him play a game somewhere. I think he's in the US, isn't he?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I don't think he played 15 Premier League games after he left Arsenal.
Yeah, because he went to Crystal Palace, he flopped, he didn't play.
He didn't play.
Yeah.
And you want that guy to be a championship centre-back in the back half of your championship winning season. You see this stuff?
Yeah.
So when people abuse us, they're not using their brains. You go from a very young, still developing Saliba, high quality, but still developing, to Rob Holding, who couldn't. And what's the other one that went to Fulham? The other one, we like him, nice guy, but he went to tall centre back. I forget his name.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. He went to Fulham. We never heard from these guys again, ever. He played some right back, tall guy, played some right back, some centre back. These are the backups. We never heard from them again in Cup. Right? So 5 points. So I thought we were going to win that season. We were nowhere near, nowhere close. And then the next year that people banter us over, 2 points behind, right? So this time we went from 84 points to 87 points, I think.
Yep.
Both years, City won. No, we went to 89 points, but City won with 91. Sorry. We went to 89 points. City won with 91 points. We were 5 points better, but City were 2 points better. And this one, we won 9 of our last 10 games. So people say, oh, City always win all their games at the end. We won all our games at the end.
Yep.
9 out of 10. Again, City were just that much better. And we didn't start out great enough. And then last year, too many injuries. We were never, yes, we came second, we'll get banter for it. But in my opinion, we did not properly compete. So for me, Arsenal came second 3 times, but Arsenal only contended twice. For me, last year was not a contest. In my opinion, it was not a contest. My final point, Yinka, before we move on to the second topic after talking about this for 20 minutes. There was a point,
which is fine.
Yinka, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it wasn't the Arteta's first half season. I think it was the beginning of the 3rd season. That was the year. So he came in 19. So 1920, 2021. This was 21-22. The season we came 5th. That was the year we lost our opener, our Friday opener, away at Brentford.
Yeah.
Christian Nugget scored against us.
Yes.
In that game. Right?
Yes.
That was the day we realized how much of a hater Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher were. They were dancing with Brentford supporters. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Why am I bringing this up? We lost that match. We lost to Chelsea, I think. And we lost to City.
Three losses to start the season.
3 losses to start. We had 0 points. Spurs were top of the league after 3 matches. We were bottom. And I think we were -9. I think we were -9 goals difference. I think we had scored 0 goals. I think I may be wrong, but I think we were -9. And everyone said, "Fire this guy." And I think that was the turning point. And they stuck with him. And they stuck with him. And he figured it out. And that was when the Saka and Emil Smith Rowe thing developed in December of that year.
Yeah.
To unlock, okay, once Ozil was out, who is going to be the creative fulcrum of that team? So for me, where was this win manufactured? I would say the seed was planted after that winless run. And then everything came together the following season with Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the season after that got Declan Rice coming in. And then the squad depth that we brought in this summer. I think that's how we got here. So,
yeah. Let me piggyback on a couple of things you said, and I'll make this brief.
For it.
You mentioned that you were talking about ageism and the rest of it. Yeah. I read somewhere recently where it came to light that it was actually Josh that pushed for Arteta to be picked as the coach. It wasn't his father. The father wanted someone much more experienced. Yeah. And Josh said, but why am I in charge of things? Look, how old am I? It's not about age, right? You need someone to look into the future. You don't need someone you need someone that we can grow together. So it was actually Josh, that actually said, this is the guy we're going with. And if you also look at the documentary that they did after the first 3 games that you mentioned that we lost, if you remember in the documentary, it was Josh sitting with Arteta in the cafeteria that he said, you can only trust the people that are in the rooms with you when decisions are being made. Yeah. That don't worry, we got your back. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So Josh is Arteta's guy. You saw it again 2 days ago. Yeah. There are several times. Yeah. There are several times where when Arteta needs something done, he goes behind or above Edu and goes straight to Josh. Yeah. And we'll talk about Edu later on. Let me jump the gun. Right. But just to go back to your point, right, that the fact that you took someone that you saw had the talent, had the vision, had the drive, and you decided to trust him and back him at every point in time, significantly contributed to the position that we are in today. Yeah? It significantly contributed to it. Because at every point in time where there was uproar or where you had enough reason to sack him based on the yardstick that other clubs had set, you did not. And that helped. In my opinion, I think it did. Yeah? Because they were looking at it like, you know what? The result might not be where we want it to do, but the foundation that this guy is building in this club, this foundation is too solid for us to ignore. Yeah?
Yeah.
And that is why I think we are enjoying or we are where we are today. And the way it seems, Akin, right now, there is there are dynasty tendencies going on right now. The average age of this club is 26. Every other club around, they are in one form of transition or the other. Either a coaching transition, either a whole team re-engineering, right? The only person that seems to be stable and have the backing and everything is rosy right now is Arteta, is Arsenal. So just to buttress the point that you mentioned, that's why I said I should quickly talk about that. We can move on now. Let's go to the next agenda point.
Okay. Does this officially mark the end of the quote-unquote banter era at Arsenal?
I think so. I think it's a yes. But I think next week we'll certainly shut that banter era door completely. Because the only banter that will be left is you never sing that, you never sing that. Champions of Europe, you never sing that. That is the only thing that will be left. Yeah? And talking from an EPL standpoint, my own position will be very, very simple. I mentioned earlier on that most of these clubs are in transition or they are unsettled. Yeah? This is the perfect opportunity for us to strike and terrorize and build a dynasty from an EPL standpoint. Yeah? Pep is leaving. That has been your arch nemesis. It's been your bane, more or less. Yeah?
Yeah.
Liverpool unsettled. They don't know whether they're going to fire their coach or not. Chelsea all over the place. Emery, we all know what Emery is about. Xabi Alonso is coming into a Chelsea that is, do you understand? So right now you are the only steady club, stable club. The average age of your players is 26 and you have enough money both from your revenues from sporting and also from investment from your owners. You had better strike now. Make hay while the sun shine. The sun is shining bright for us now right now. You need to capitalize. You need to capitalize, man. So I'm expecting a dynasty like whatever for the next couple of years. But next weekend, we win. Banter era officially short. Completely. Over to you, Aki.
Okay, so I think you can't stop people from bantering. That's just the way it is. You can't stop them. So it should end the banter era, but if technically we haven't been doing this crazy stuff that we were doing 10, 15 years ago. We haven't been doing it for the last 6 years. And we still got the bets, So it's just what people do, right? So it's amazing because just like you, I consume a lot of UK TV on YouTube, right? You might consume it on TV, for us is on YouTube. And I'm seeing the same pundits that were skewering Arteta all season now singing his praises and telling me how wonderful and amazing the man is. I'm like, how can you live like this? I don't care how much money you pay me. That cannot be me. I can't do it.
You can't.
The people I hated before they won, I still hated them after they won. So again, why are they paying you money and you don't see the talent in these people? Because I'm telling you, as much as I don't like, I don't think there's anybody in football I don't like as much as I don't like Mourinho. But I will tell you his tactical genius. I will explain how he sets up his teams. They went a whole season, 95 points, 15 goals allowed. I will tell you all those things. You won't hear me say anything. The man is above reproach when it comes to winning, or he was above reproach when he was a younger man. Now he's old. And Real Madrid don't know what they're getting themselves into, but we're going to leave that alone. But I don't wait until I see results and then I change my mind. I think Arne Slot is a good coach. I think it would be a bad idea to fire him, especially when Alonso is gone. So I don't understand this, and I don't get paid to do this. So I don't understand people who get paid to do it, and they have... So pretty much Arteta did nothing to change your mind. Arteta sat in his house barbecuing and City drew a game and you changed your mind. What does that make you? This is crazy to me.
So it makes you incompetent, Akin. If you're not going to say it, I'll say
it. So it's like a strange bounce of the ball and you change your entire worldview. It's crazy. Yeah. So for me, the banter will not end because humans are just crazy, right? It should, but it won't. And I've never been more confident about the Champions League. I've never been more confident, I was confident before this. I was waiting for us to win for 3 seasons. So none of this is new to me because for me, I'm like, even when things are not flowing, I'm like, we don't concede. Who is going to beat us? Who are these strikers that are going to score? Who are going to get past Saliba and Gabriel? I'm like, am I crazy? Anyway, we're going to move on. Yinka?
Yes, sir.
Question number 3. Is this the greatest managerial rebuild in modern EPL history?
Okay. So, I thought a lot about this, yeah? I think it will not be crazy if you say it is, yeah? and it will also not be crazy if you say it isn't. Yeah?
So you're going to sit on the fence. Okay.
Hold on now. It is definitely up there. And your contenders will be the Klopp Liverpool situation, right? Sir Alex at United situation, right? Sir Alex at United, and Pep at City. Yeah. For me, those will be, and we're talking about EPL now, we're not going outside of so in the EPL, I would say those three are the people that you probably contending with. Now, each of them have their ups and downs, right? So for the United ones, Sir Alex Ferguson was on top of the food chain. Every other person fed into Sir Alex Ferguson, if you get what I mean. Yeah, in the EPL. You have a good player playing somewhere else, we go get him. They got Andy Cole, they got Dwight York. People were waiting.
They got Teddy Sheringham on top of that.
Exactly. they got Rio Ferdinand. So everybody, any young talent that was good in England, every other club in England was a stepping stone to get to United, because they were undoubtedly, the biggest club probably in the world then, even till now. United is huge. So it's the same thing. So that's why I look at the Sir Alex one, like, you had the resources, but you made the best use of it, because it's not everybody that had those resources that delivered something tangible with it. So Sir Alex is up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Klopp at Liverpool. Klopp is high octane football, right? And Klopp got the players that fit his system. Klopp knew the players he needed to get. He didn't mess around. I want people that are, he went to get money. He got Firmino. I need a false nine. He got Firmino. Do you understand? So, and he had the funds when they sold, what's his name? This Brazilian small guy, Coutinho.
Coutinho. Yes.
Yeah. So they used the Coutinho funds to actually cater to the needs of the team. They got a relatively young Van Dijk, and they got a goalkeeper, which formed the spine of the team. And they competed for a long time. So Klopp too is up there. Pep is similar to Sir Alex, but it's not organic in the sense that Pep had money. But Pep had money, Pep bought well. Pep had more hits than misses in terms of player acquisition, right?
Yeah.
So yes, he could buy 3 left backs, and when they miss, he would just quickly get rid of them and bring in somebody else. They had the money. But largely, Pep had, in my opinion, I think he had more hits than misses. Yeah. And Pep created a dynasty at Manchester, at City. So you gotta give that to him. Yeah. Now, why I mention all these contenders, and so that you get a proper perspective as to where I'm coming from. The reason why Arteta's is up there with Sir Alex, because I think Sir Alex is like for me, is the peak. Why I think it's up there. Arsenal were broken when he took over. Not just on the pitch, in the dugout, in terms of the whole culture of the football club. The club was completely broken. There were people doing all sorts. There were players that had no business being in Arsenal that were playing. And at every point in time, he kept on talking about non-negotiables. Non-negotiables is about culture, right? I'm trying to build the proper culture in this football club, which is where I think I will give him so much credit for, right? And also, this dude survived many sacking phases. I mentioned it earlier on. Other clubs will have sacked their coaches at that point at different intervals, right? But give it to him, his squad building has been elite. When he decided, Aubameyang, you're done. My captain can't be doing this rubbish. Yeah? When he looked at everybody and said, I'm bringing in Raya. Now everybody has kept quiet. I remember Peter Schmeichel then saying, what nonsense is this? You can't have 2 goalkeepers. You can't say who's your number 1. And I remember you, and I agreed with you, you said this. You said, Raya is obviously number 1. Raya is definitely number 1. All these people saying there's a 1, there's a 2, you're deceiving yourself. And I'm like, absolutely. Raya is number 1. Now, he's been proven 1,000% right. Ramsdale couldn't have won us the EPL. I'm sorry. I said it.
It could have.
It couldn't have. Akin, you can't have somebody that openly comes out to say that I struggle to keep focus in games. So see, which is why I say
defense though, you can't. You can win the EPL with Ramsdale with this defense. This defense is crazy.
But it's not only this defense, right? Raya, I can count at least 5 games where Raya has either helped us to get a point or help us to get 3 points.
No, that's fair.
Do you understand? And even his gameplay, the confidence, everything, So, but what I'm saying is, this gives credit, or this lets you look at what's his name, Arteta, and you're like, yes, you knew what you were doing. You were not just when you're training in the training sessions, you're looking at the players, you're looking at what the club needs, and you are bold enough to go after it. And like I said, the rebuild is very, very organic. The highest person we paid for was Declan Rice at £105 million, I believe. Declan Rice, £105 million amortized over 5 years is what? 21 million per year. Declan Rice is worth more than 21 million per year. In fact, we should, if we are fair, we should go back to West Ham and say, I'm gonna take some more extra, right? Because dude has been immense.
We got him
exactly.
Half price.
Exactly. But Akin, the most important thing, why I believe this is arguably one of the best managerial rebuilds, Akin, it's the culture and the aura of the club. It's the culture and the aura of the club. Forget what's happening on the pitch. Arsenal is back to where we need to be in terms of culture, in terms of attitude, in terms of aura. And that's the way I look at it. Over to you.
So I think the Ferguson one is a great point because they tried to fire him in the first 6 years, right? He just barely survived. And I don't think he won any. He didn't win the league for the first 6 years. I think it was the 7th year before he won. But this was also a cultural rebuild. So that was really important. The Klopp one is also very significant. But again, what's more significant to me was the cupboard wasn't bare, as we say, when Klopp came in, right? So if you think about it, the Gerrard slip game was in 2014, right? And then, it was 2014. Then Klopp came in the following season, in the fall of 2015. They fired Brendan Rodgers. Klopp played 2 back-to-back Champions League finals in 18 and 19. Right, so it took him about 2.5 years to get to a Champions League final. Lost the first one, won the second one. And then where he got to in terms of almost getting to 100 points, I think he got to 97 and 99. He won with 99, he lost with 97 and 98. It's insane to me. Arsenal just won the league with what? 85 points? 85 points.
85.
And we're spontaneously combusting for the last 5 days. This man lost a league, Yinka, having secured what? Was it 97 or 98, the year they lost? And then the year they won, it was 99 points. Of course, Pep is crazy. Pep won 1 year with 100. I think they lost with 98, Yinka, which is crazy. Which is crazy on so many fronts. But you're right, to look at Philippe Coutinho, for Barcelona to want him for 143 or 48 million pounds, and for you not to doubt yourself, like, hey, am I giving up something here? He already saw it's like, this guy's lightweight, he's never going to make it in the EPL. If Barcelona want to waste their money, let them waste their money. Now, he overpaid, in my opinion, for Van Dijk and Alisson, in my opinion, because they knew he had money. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. He just that's how it goes. He paid a premium because they knew he had that money. But Sadio Mane was a £30 million acquisition from Southampton.
Absolutely.
It was £30 million. And then for me, I think some of these geniuses, they have to see diamonds in the rough. They have to see non-obvious solutions. I loved Firmino before when he was did he come from Mönchengladbach or was it Stuttgart? Where did he come from?
He came from Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim, thank you. I loved him. I knew he wasn't going to score 30 goals a season, but I saw what Klopp was trying to do. Not everybody saw it. People expected, how do you have a number 9 who doesn't score 20 goals a season? But he does everything else. He allows the right wing and the left wing to bounce off of him. But he didn't look like the kind of guy that would do that. It wasn't Giroud. You know what I'm saying? It was almost as small as those guys that were bouncing balls off of him, right? But again, the vision to know. So for me, I would almost put Klopp ahead of Pep, because Pep came into a slight dysfunction, but City had already won under multiple managers. City had won under Mancini, right? Someone else had won for City. I can't remember. City had won 3 times.
Pellegrini, Mancini.
They'd won 3 different titles since they got money in 2008, right? They won 3 different titles. And then Pep's come in and won 6 more or whatever it is, So Pep came in, the season Pep came in, they were 4th, I think they were 4th. And then his first season, he comes 3rd or whatever, and then he starts building. So Pep's build is impressive, but they already won very recently, and they had a ton of money. And it's Pep, he's supposed to do that, So for me, all those 3 are impressive. But I would say, I don't know. I would probably put Arteta, just like you, on par with the rebuild that Ferguson did. The generations are very different. Don't get me wrong. Generations are very different. But a once great club that had not been great for a while, and it took 6 years to get them back on track. I think Arteta is a little bit more like Ferguson than like Klopp. Now, Klopp, Liverpool hadn't won when he came in, they hadn't won for 25 years. They hadn't won the league for 25 years. Very similar to Arteta, but then they wouldn't win for another 5 years. Okay, so 30 years, right? So, it's similar. But anyway, all right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're making progress. Inka Yusuf.
Yes, sir.
What really won Arsenal the league?
Okay. So, if we're allocating percentages, I think the higher percentage, and I'm not going to put a number to this, but I think the higher percentage will go to the coach, will go to Mikel Arteta. Yeah?
Okay.
Then the next in line, Akin, will be Andre Better.
Okay, go on.
I'm very, very serious, right?
Okay, go on.
Because the Eze acquisition and the Nkapia acquisition, if that didn't happen, Akin won't win this league. We will not be where we are.
Okay.
And you could see the difference when you have an elite technical director rather than the dude that was there before, who I think you had the opportunity to get better Brazilian players, and you brought in a Marquinhos, right? You had the opportunity to get people in. You brought in, what's his name? Raheem Sterling.
Villian. You forgot Villian. You brought in Villian. That first season. Are you serious?
He brought in Raheem Sterling, and you will notice that Raheem Sterling signing, it wasn't an Arsenal signing, and I will tell you why. Because that night, it was only a dude that was in front of a camera explaining himself. All the usual Arsenal staff were nowhere to be found. Yeah,
we have suffered.
So we've suffered. Yeah, but I'll give Edu some credit. He got Declan Rice over the line. So we'll give that to him. Yeah, he did. But Andre Better, this squad building that just happened this season, Akin, It's amazing, man. And I think we need to give this man his flowers because a lot of people they just shout. This guy is, my God, he's elite. I love this guy. This guy got Leverkusen to loan you Nkapie for a season. Nkapie is your first signing for this season. And he even made it an option to buy, not a mandatory buy option, buy clause. It is an option to buy. It's perfect for oh my God.
And Yinka, this is not retroactively going back and giving him props. We said it at the time that we could not believe it.
We said it at the time.
That we could not believe this guy's coming. I was like, wait. Do we need another left back? I'm like, we already have Calafiori and we have Louis Skelly. But again, they knew Calafiori was injury prone.
And the future of my Skelly is central midfield. They knew all that. Yeah. He got Mosquera out of La Liga, out of the clutches of Real Madrid and Barca.
13
That's
million
a Spanish.
pounds.
That's a future Spanish centre back that you're looking at.
Yeah, captain of the U21. Captain of U21. Yes. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So he's the second for me. Arteta 1, Berto 2.
Wait, you forgot Zubimendi.
Yes,
he's the only player that played all 38 matches this season in the league.
This season. Yeah, although the guy he has even lost weight. If you see Zubimendi, I saw him today in the game today. You see his neck is showing a bit.
I saw.
But better take your flowers, man. You are amazing. Number 3 will be the owners, will be Kroenkes. Yeah?
Okay.
Akin, you and I have talked about the Kroenkes significantly in the past. This is usually not their modus operandi. Usually not. Yeah? And I think this is Josh taking over from his father. And I think this is Josh's idea, right? If you need to increase the value of your club, you need to spend money. You need to invest in the club. The club needs to be successful. Then the value will come. So I think this is Josh. But I'll just tie it together and say the Kroenkes. We've seen other owners in the league mess up their club.
Yeah.
I think these guys have been they've done a decent job. Yeah. They might do better in terms of image management, in terms of fan welfare and the rest of it. Yeah, I get all that. But in terms of delivering this trophy that we have right now, yeah, they'll be third in line for me. Then fourth in line will be the players, Akin. Yeah? Because forget it, better might buy the players, Arteta might coach them, Kroenke might provide the money. The pitch, what happens on the pitch, all these things, Arteta needs to meet something on the plate to amplify. Yeah? So if you don't have it in you, there will be nothing. If you're amplifying 0, you will get 0, Akin. That's the truth. So I think these players also deserve a ton of credit. Yeah? Saliba, Gabriel. Saliba, I read recently that Real Madrid more or less gave him a blank check. They more or less gave Saliba a blank check. And he spoke to Gabriel, he spoke to Arteta, and those were the two people that convinced him. I'm so happy for him. He made the right decision. Noni Madueke got tongue-lashed for leaving Chelsea. Look at him today. Emery Chieze, right? Yes, the Palace fans, top fans, they never said anything bad about him. But look at him. He made the right decision. Yeah? And everybody contributed. This is not a Liverpool last season where Salah was the one that dragged everybody to the finish line.
It was unbelievable last year. Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. But this season, and which is why maybe there's no Arsenal player, or the reason why people are saying we can't really pick an Arsenal player for the player of the season, is because the responsibility, the glory, the effort is evenly spread. We didn't have any player play at a superstar level this season. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Rioted. I think they did.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know what it is? You can hold on. You know what it is? They didn't believe we were going to win. That's why they didn't vote for these guys. They didn't want egg on their face. It's that simple. But go on. Sorry.
No. I get your point. But what I'm saying what I meant by superstar is not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No Lamine Yamal. No Lamine Yamal. No
and
Salah.
no Salah. You see the Salah Liverpool situation where this guy he was way ahead of his peers. It's like everybody elevated to a particular point, and they looked at Saka and Odegaard and said, "You guys, you are usually our star players. You are not having a proper season. Don't worry, we will do this for you."
Got it.
This is what I think happened. We got you. That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
So for me, these are the 4 people, right, that really won Arsenal the league. The distant 5 will be the fans, right? Because quite a number of fans, right, felt, I think it's the PTSD of things that have happened in the past. Instead of supporting, they were doing otherwise.
They were scared.
Yeah. They were scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were scared. But towards the tail end of the season, I think the 12th man showed up eventually. Eventually. So that will be my hierarchy. It will be Arteta 1 better to Kroenke 3 players than the fans. Over to you.
Great. I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to say experience won the league for Arsenal. So this is what I mean, right? So everyone, Berta, the owners, Arteta, the playing staff, the coaching staff, the people on the ground, everyone took this like this was a professional obligation. We knew how to prosecute games, right? And it started from the back. So, I mean, if I must, I would say Arteta has to be at the top, right? If I had to. For me, I'll say it's what made us win, not whom, and I think it's experience. So it can, because if you think about it, look at our starting 11. How is it different from the starting 11 last year, right?
Yeah.
So Zubimendi came in for Partey, right? That's a big one, right? And then up top, Gyökeres, let's say for Havertz, right? Up top. Everything else is pretty much the same. Starting 11 on day one. On day one. Starting.
Fair enough.
Yeah, on day one. And if Odegaard had not been... So what changed is the depth behind them. Changed completely. Martinelli is not having the best time. Not a problem. Martinelli is scoring 1 goal in the EPL, but scoring 9 in Champions League. We don't care. We just keep... So, the trauma of the past, nothing became so big that the squad couldn't overcome it. Yeah, it was big for the pundits, but for the players, it was just like, hey, we're playing every 3 days. We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So, okay, Southampton was bad. Losing, playing listlessly against City in the Carabao was bad. But we have bigger fish.
Absolutely.
They just kept going. And, Yinka, we never lost a game. Okay, sorry. Let me take a step back. Yinka, we ended up losing 5 times. City lost 6 times. Right? Yinka, I don't have the final table in front of me. But with 37 games played, right? With 37 games played, we didn't lose to anyone outside of the top 6. And top 6 includes us. You see what I mean? We lost 5 games.
Yeah.
And we were number 1 last week. We lost to number 2, Man City. We lost to number 3, Man United. Who is number 4? Villa.
Number 4 is Villa.
Okay, we lost to
Villa
in the last second.
Villa.
In the last second. We lost to them in the last second. Who finished 5th?
Liverpool.
We lost to Liverpool, not in the last second, but close. Won the goal.
And we lost to,
and then who finished 6th?
And we lost to Bournemouth.
Did they finish 6th?
Yeah, Bournemouth finished 6th.
And they were the only ones that really, really beat us. So we didn't lose to anyone beyond the top 6.
Yeah.
And did we lose any games by more than 1 goal? Did we lose any games by more than 1 goal?
The only goal, no. In the EPL, hell no.
Bournemouth. What was the Bournemouth game? How many did we lose by?
It was 2-1.
So Yinka, every game we lost 5 games by a total of 5 goals. So for me, what won this was experience, knowing where to be, like just the way we play defense. And our defense was not the back five. Our defense was everybody. The way we hound you, the way you lose the ball, we get it back. For me, that was it. And then, but if I have to go the way you went, I would say squad depth, which is whoever made the decision that we're just going to buy people. We're just going to buy people. And then what I would never understand is how we could go into the season. Our best players were injured. Our captain and vice captain were injured throughout. So, Saka's hamstring came out. It came off the bone.
Yeah.
It came off the bone. Yeah. And then, you had Havertz had 3 different injuries.
Yep.
Odegaard, in addition to the shoulder that kept popping out, he had lower extremity injury as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
if
someone had told me that Havertz, 65 million down the drain, Saka and Odegaard will never have a pain-free season until maybe the end, and we will be ahead of City. No. And then Declan Rice must have so I think it was it Vieira? I can't remember who said he must have 2 engines in him. He had to.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy. And people would think about, all the midfield stuff he's doing. For me, it's the defensive stuff he's doing. It's the way he chase down the ball and all that. And then when I think about Leo had some personal stuff going on. There was the divorce, all of that stuff. And now it's beginning to make sense. The 25 games without scoring, but Martinelli just comes in and does what he needs to do. And, everything is just fine. So for me, I think it's the experience, knowing how to prosecute games and not lose games. It's for me, it's unbelievable. So
I agree. I agree. Yep.
Okay. And now we're getting to some really juicy ones. Yinka, what was the biggest title-defining game this season?
Okay, so I think I set myself up with this one. Yeah, because I kept on thinking. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's actually a particular game. I will go with a string of games, right? Okay. After we lost to City, the fact that we played Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and didn't concede anything, right? I think that is peak mentality on the part of the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we only just considered one last minute goal today, which was the game today is irrelevant. But that Newcastle game, that 1-0, when the noise was at its highest, when there was Champions League distraction, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the guys just decided, you know what, we're gonna knuckle down, and we're just gonna ensure that if we don't score you shall won't score us. So for me, those string of games, I would say they are the biggest stretch of games for us all through the season. Yeah. Because at the beginning of the season, there's still hope. There's still plenty games to play. But at that particular juncture, City thought they had won the league.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part. Yeah. And they had just beat us in the Carabao Cup. They came into that their game. Once they won, they thought this is it. These guys are done. The mental strength that it will take for you to say, you know what, it ain't done. Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're gonna knuckle down and get this through. Those string of games for me, Akin. For me, I think those are the title defining games, right? Clean sheets in all those games is just something else. And that's what I would say.
So we didn't discuss this at all, But
no, we did not.
My answer is Newcastle.
I see.
That was title defining. I debated City, where we lost, because I also felt that was defining. So when we lost to City, in my opinion, it was the best we had played maybe since Fulham. And Fulham was the best we had played. Fulham first half. And Fulham first half was the best we had played maybe since the 18 or 20 minutes where we blew Atleti apart in the group stage, where we scored those 4 goals. Because that was not a 4-0 game. That was 4-0 in like a 20-minute period. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't.
We'd had this thing where we could just turn it up. You know?
Fire save the Lord. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. You know, so it was a war of attrition until we just couldn't stop scoring. But that Newcastle one, it reminded me of Newcastle, I want to say either last season or 2 seasons ago, the revenge match at their place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was title defining. But I would say 1A, Newcastle, 1B will be losing to City. And I was gutted, but I felt good. Because I'm like, oh, we're now going to go in midweek and win this Champions League game. I just knew it.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we can play what we played against City, take the goals away. We're going to beat Atleti.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it. So maybe I should say it's the City game, you know, but it's how we performed because that City game, I'm like, you know, because for this is the 3rd season now where City have not been better than us 1-on-1. 1v1. This is the 3rd season. So the first Gabriel Jesus season, they were better than us. You know, there was a 5-0 humiliation.
Last season, City,
they didn't beat us.
Were clearly better than City.
Yeah, we're clearly better. Yeah.
The game at the Etihad, if not for the crazy red card that we got, and we still got a draw. The game ended 2-2. Then you came to Emirates, you got spanked 5-1. That is the highest. That is the highest loss that Pep had in his EPL career. Nobody's beat him like 4 goals difference in the EPL. You know.
Yeah.
City, you're right. There's no over the past 2-3 seasons. I can't categorically say City has been better than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
So for me, just coming from a very, very low base, playing that well against them, you know, all the jitters gone, I'm like, you know what? Raya, Naman you be. You know, that's how I felt. I'm like, you know what? We're going to be fine. You know? Let nothing happen to Saliba. Please let nothing happen to Gabriel. God, please. That was what I was thinking. And then I got more confidence in Calafiori. Coming into this season, I saw him as a weakness in defense. It wasn't. All season, it was actually... So again, when he's healthy, he's a really, really, really good defender who has so much potential to do more going forward, who has all this confidence. But fundamentally doing his job as a defender, fantastic. Which it didn't show that his first season. You know, it didn't show. So for me, when I think about it, I'm like, I'm really not worried about anybody in world football. I'm talking Barcelona, all of them. I'm not worried about them because we got something waiting for them. They got to deal with Declan Rice. I don't have to. You have to. You know, there's no Declan Rice on the other side, Yinka, that we have to deal with. You know, you know what I'm saying? Who would chase you down 80 yards and then nick the ball like that? I mean, come on now. Come on, stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is an even more difficult one, Yinka. Highest point of the season.
This one is easy for me. It's
really?
very easy. I'll show you what it is. After review, West Ham number 19 committed a foul on Arsenal goalkeeper. That is the highest point of the season, man. It is the highest point of the season. It's not even close because it was on a knife edge. Yeah,
it was.
Yes, it was a foul and all that, But the refs could have actually just said it's not clear and obvious, and they'll move on.
That's very true. That's very true.
So for me, after review, West Ham number 19 committed a foul. That was it. That was it. Anyway.
Do we have to choose a Premier League moment?
No, we're talking about the EPL now, so it has to be a Premier League moment.
Okay, so it has to be, because mine would have been making the finals of the Champions League. The pre-game coming into the Emirates Stadium, that was it for me. I think something changed in the team that day. But if we're only talking about the EPL, then I will have to say the North London Derby. Because we were not playing well before that match. We were not playing
Which of them now? The return leg or the first one?
I would say, which one did... I think it would be the second one, the most recent one. The more disjointed one. Where did we play the more recent one?
It was at the toilet bowl.
Okay, yeah. Because we were not playing well going into it. The first one was routine. Yeah. We were always going to win. But this last one, I'm like, so we can not play well and still smack these guys around. There was no form is out the window in the derby comeback. There was none of that. You know?
Yeah.
And Eze didn't even have to play well. He scored anyway. He didn't have to play well. So if I had to choose a moment overall, it was making the final of the Champions League. If I had to choose an EPL moment, you know what? I reversed myself on the EPL moment. It was Fulham. Fulham was my moment. Fulham at home was my moment.
Oh,
you know, it was Saka coming back.
First half. Yeah.
Saka coming back and then being able to take him out 3-0 and knowing that we can shut down and nothing's going to happen. Yeah. And then Saka and Gyökeres linking. I'm like, okay, we're done. I'm like, this, it took all season, but now we're done. I'm like, this guy's maybe 65% ready, Saka. Yeah. And he's just bossing the whole thing. I'm like, nah, we're done. We're done.
So what I had in mind for highest point of the season was where you got the most, how do I put it? The highest, euphoria, fan satisfaction.
Yeah.
Because the second one for me will be Max Dauman's second goal against Everton. For me, that's 1 and 2. Those are the 2 points where I was the most whatever. I'm like, because that Everton game was a slippery slope. It was something else. But watching Dauman knock the ball past whoever it was, then dribble past whoever it was, and run into an empty, the stadium went agog.
Crazy.
It was pure madness.
I think we were going on a break after that, international break after that.
Yes, that and you were gonna have like a 6-7 point gap or something. I can't remember. So it was just it was pure bliss. Pure bliss at that point.
That's probably
so that was one. That's 1 and 2 for me. That's 1 and 2. Anyway.
Yeah.
So conversely, Akin.
Yes, lowest point. What's your lowest point?
Conversely, lowest point. For me, it was dropping 2 points away to Wolves.
So
it was dropping.
It didn't bother.
You were 2 goals ahead.
Yeah.
You were 2 goals ahead. Wolves had no business whatsoever, right? And we kind of lost focus, and they scored two stupid goals. Yeah. In fact, the second one was Raya dropping the ball on Gabriel's head, and if he had communicated a lot better, that would have been 3 points. And even the players themselves said it after that game. That's when they had that heart-to-heart discussion.
The meeting,
and everybody really. That's when they had the meeting. Where Rice was like, Norgard really showed why he's a consummate professional. I heard in that meeting, Norgard was the one that really, really, I think he hit home, whatever it is that he said. And also, I understand that there is a documentary that was recorded, and we'll watch all the BTS of whatever happened this season.
Because Arteta has been cagey about it. his use of music, all kinds of stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah, but yeah, I can confirm that is, well, not I can. Hand of Arsenal, who is the most reliable plug for Arsenal on Twitter. Hand of Arsenal said it's happening, and yeah, we should get it. But yeah, for me, the Wolves game is the lowest point of the season.
I'll watch it 15 times. I don't care.
Yeah, I will too.
Let me think about this. So, with the benefit of hindsight, I think there's only one answer. I think it's Wolves.
Yeah.
In real time, I wasn't bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we talked about it. I wasn't as bothered as you. What bothered me was that defensive error. I'm like, we cannot have miscommunication between Raya and Gabriel.
Especially that was the second time it happened. That was how we dropped points at Sunderland. It was almost the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So but if I'm thinking how I felt in the moment, Yinka, how I felt in the moment, it was Sunderland away. It was Sunderland away. How I felt in the moment.
In the moment, yeah.
1A, Sunderland away. 1B, Villa away. Literally the last kick of the game. Losing to those guys again. I don't like losing to Villa. I don't like losing to Villa. I don't like losing to Villa. So
fair point.
Two, like how I felt in the moment, not how big it is, but how I felt in them. Oh, that was, I hated that. I'm like, oh man, we have to hold this 2-1 now. Ugh, I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
So in the moment, that's how I felt. Okay.
Fair point.
Yinka, you may have answered this already.
Yes, sir.
Who are the unsung heroes?
I should have made that hero/heroes. Yeah.
That's okay.
But for me, it's Andre better. It is Andre better.
Really?
Is
not the players?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Okay, no, it's Andre better. It's Andre better. Yeah. Okay. He won't get as much flowers, right? Mm-hmm. The players will be celebrated, if you get what I mean. The players will be worshipped, celebrated. But this guy, even in the picture they took today, was just one small guy in one corner. Do you understand? He's like, but I believe that guy is, like I told you, is number 2 in terms of the reasons why we won the league. Yeah.
Okay.
Because what the guy did in the summer last year, Akin, is just, it is amazing. There's no other way to put it. Yeah? There's no other way to put it. So for me, I think he's the person that would not get as much flowers or as much, it won't be celebrated as it should be out of everybody. Right now, everybody, the players are mini gods, if you get what I mean. The fans are worshiping them. They're like, but for me, Arteta is also getting all the credit, but people are not really giving him as much accolade, as much credit as they should give him. That guy he had a star in terms of that transfer window. Hindsight right now even makes it even better. Yeah? It makes it better. That's my unsung hero.
I will stick to the playing staff. Thank you very much. And for me, it will be number 1 would be Piero Hincapié. From day 1 to today, is the most improved player, right? He's been told to play many different positions in many different ways. And it's his first time playing in England, learning a new language. He missed all of training camp.
Yeah.
He came in when the season had already started, and he came in injured, Yinka.
Yeah.
He came in injured. And I don't know, this guy must be extremely intelligent because, it's hard to play for Pep. It's hard to play for Arteta. It's very hard to play for Klopp, right? It's very hard because they're moving pieces on the board. There, I don't know. Kyle Walker was on this guy's Gary. You saw that, right? Where it was for 2 years, he didn't understand what Pep was talking about. And Kyle Walker is not an idiot.
And he said, Pep, And he said Pep knows I didn't understand what we were saying too.
I know. Pep told me. Pep told me I didn't understand. You know, it was like, I just used my speed. You know, it's like, okay, I know that physically I can dominate anybody. But it's like, I didn't get it. In training, this wasn't even in the games. In training, he didn't understand anything Pep was talking about.
That was hilarious, by the way. And
no, he was so honest.
He now said Bernardo Silva and David Silva, they were acing it. It was
next level. Next level. No, that's funny. That's funny.
Anyway.
But for me, that pressure of MLS was amazing last season. You didn't see a single minute in the Premier League at left back. You know, so that left back has gone from Tierney to Shaka, back to Tierney, you know, MLS, Calafiori, you know,
and in some cases, Gabriel,
which is terrible. Tomiyasu, right and left back. And now this guy comes with injury, no training camp, no language, all of that. And it's not really a left back. You know, is a left-sided center back in a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
That's what he is. Yeah. You know, so for me, it worked really, really, really hard. It's not going to get as much credit. It became almost a lockdown defender. It doesn't give you as much going forward as Calafiori does. It doesn't give you as much going forward in terms of passing as MLS does. Mm-hmm. But he's a lockdown defender that can pick you up in your own box, in midfield, or in his own box. It doesn't matter. So that would be my person. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair point. Good one. Good spot.
Thank you. All right. Inka, how was your player of the season? You can't say Andre Bata didn't play. Andre Bata did not play. Sorry.
I think we've answered this question before, right?
Okay.
It's between Declan Rice, Gabriel, and David Raya. And I choose one. For me, it's David Raya. David Raya will be my player of the season. Yeah.
Okay. Declan Rice for me. So there were many parts of the season, right? There were many parts of the season. So for me, I would expand it to include Zubimendi. Look, he got tired. He's never played a professional season without a December break, Christmas break before. But today, seeing him at right back today reminded me of what we loved about this guy. The man is intelligent.
Yeah.
He didn't look like a fish out of water. Declan Rice did when he was at right back. Partey did every time he played at right back. You know? So Zubimendi, one, he looked the part. He's as short as most right backs. Let's be real.
Aki, that dude is not short. We've had this discussion before. I think we didn't say it was 6'1" also.
It's not tall. It's not tall.
Didn't we say it was 6'1"? I can't remember. Mm-mm. Anyway, go ahead.
You said I didn't agree. You know, but when I saw how quickly he took to it is when he started going deep. And I'm like, oh, look at the advanced position he's starting up from. Like, he just has so much confidence in himself. But anyway, so
do you think he'll be starting right back against PSG?
I don't think so. I think Yuri and Timber is coming back. I think Timber is coming back. I think Timber will play. They didn't give him a run out today. I'm glad Merino got a run out. I'm very happy to see that. I think it will be Timber. I think it will be Timber. Okay. And if Timber can go, then I think it will be Mosquera. I don't think we're doing anything funky. Okay. You know, because cool. Look, if Vitinha is on the other side, you need Zubimendi. You need Zubimendi. What do you think? No, what do you think?
No, I agree with you. I don't think he'll start at right back. But I actually don't think Zubimendi will start at all.
Really? You think it's another MLS game?
I think so.
Okay. So
I think so.
We'll talk about the 11.
We'll talk about that when.
Yeah. So for me, look, Raya was great. I think there's many great goalkeepers that we could have won the league with. I don't think there's many midfielders who are all action, athletic, willing to put their bodies on the line, tackle in your box and in their box. I don't think anybody had the year that Declan Rice had. I think there's 1 or 2 or 3 goalkeepers who could have done what Raya did. So for me, I think it's Declan Rice.
A lot of people don't want to say this, but Declan Rice had a lull sometimes during the season. Yeah,
it did.
There were some games.
Yeah, not too long ago.
There were some games where he was more or less non-existent. Yeah,
it was not at his most creative, but defensively, he never fell off. He never fell off.
Exactly. So for me, that is where I would. But I see fair. If I won't, it's not egregious if you pick it up the two of them. Yeah. But I just look back and I'm like, that Fernandez save, that Minte save, that Yakubu Minte save, Brighton first leg. God.
Minte still does not believe it till this day.
He doesn't believe it till today. So for me, that's why. But I hear you.
You can give us your combined 11 from the Invincibles of 23-24, the last time Arsenal won the league, and the Unforgettables of 2025-26 that just won the league on Tuesday.
2025-2026. Fantastic.
Do a 4-3-3. We're gonna keep it simple and do a 4-3-3. I know it was more of a 4-4-2. Yeah, we'll do a 4-3-3.
So we'll do a 4-3-3. Yeah. So in goalkeeper, it was either David Raya or Jens Lehmann. For me, I think that would be David Raya. Yeah. Lehmann was just too hot-headed, if I can put it that way. Good shot stopper, but he wasn't good with his feet. He couldn't kick as well. I mean, I'll just go with Raya. Raya for me in goal. Yeah. Right back was between Uren Timber and Laurent. This was the most difficult one for me. Yeah, because I actually really, really like both of them. Yeah. And what I tried to do is remove Laurent's career is over, so I can see, what he's done. Yeah. So I'm just picking each player at their best so far. And Uren Timber has been amazing, man. Yeah. It's been amazing. So I'm going Timber ahead of Laurent. So Timber makes the team. At right back. Left back, I hate to say this, but it's Cashley Cole.
Did you check? Was he on the Invincibles team?
Yeah, he was.
It was
Cashley's on
It wasn't on the it was on was he on the Champions League team?
He was in the Champions League. Yes, he was in the Champions League.
So that means he left after. There too. Okay.
After. Yeah.
Okay.
So Cashley is my left back. Probably the best left back in the history of the club at this point. Even though he went to Chelsea, we still need to give him his flowers. Centre back pairing. Yeah. I'm going Saliba and Gabriel.
Keep going.
And it's between Kolo Toure and Sol Campbell, right? So so here's the thing with Sol Campbell, right? Defensively, he's a monster, right? We're very good in the air, but Campbell was very clumsy with the ball at his feet. Yeah. And so it wasn't a ball playing defender. The ball playing was left for Kolo Toure more or less during that period, right? Once Campbell stepped out of defense, it was an accident waiting to happen. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. He wasn't the most comfortable, but these two boys, they are footballers to start with before they're defenders, and they can switch instantly. They can turn into ball-playing Rolls-Royce defenders, and if you really want to slug it out, they're ready to slug it out, So I'm going Gabriel and Saliba for centre-back, In midfield, so I'm going 2 CDMs, so I'm going... Why did you drop your pen?
Because I'm done. I'm done doing my thing. I'm just listening to you now.
Oh, you're done doing your thing. So in CDM, I'm going Rice and Vieira, right? Rice, for obvious reasons, like you said, the motor is something else. He can play both positions. He can sit, he can rove, he can play box to box. He's amazing. Yeah. And Vieira is that guy. He's just Vieira. Vieira had this awkward, his long legs. He could intercept anything, nick the ball off you, start the counter. Before you know it, it's a goal. Vieira was just
he almost has the feet of Kanu, which is crazy.
Exactly, which is crazy.
It's like you take Declan Rice and give him the finishing of Kanu, the feet of Kanu. That is insane. That's Vieira. It's crazy.
He had this mental whatever. He had this. He was resolute. He was and the vapor rub that will rub on his jersey before. He looked like a warrior before he came. Let me just put it that way.
Absolutely.
So for me, Vieira, Rice, Cam. It has to be Beckham. That's the greatest first. Come on. It's the greatest first touch ever that I've ever seen. Right? The scorer of great goals. Like somebody said, if the goal is not fine, Beckham would not want to score it. Yeah. He only scores great goals. So Beckham, Cam for me. Right? Okay. So left wing, it has to be Bobby Perez. Yeah. Bobby Perez was something else. Yeah. Very unassuming, but very deadly. Very, very, very deadly. Yeah. And obviously, right wing, for me, it has to be Saka. Bukayo, I'll take Bukayo ahead of Freddie Ljungberg. And the reason is Freddie Ljungberg fed on breadcrumbs. Freddie Ljungberg will just sit at the table and wait for the whole team to work for him. All he will do is just chop. And he was good at eating. Let's say the truth. Everybody works. He will feed off the breadcrumbs from the team. All those last minute arriving in the box, he was perfect. It was a perfect foil for the Perez and Henry doing the hard work on the left side of the pitch. Yeah. So, but I'm not saying Ljungberg is not a good player, but for me, Saka has carried this team for the past how many years? 8 years, 6 years? I don't know. He
5. Let's just say 5.
But since he broke into the team, more or less. Since he broke into the team, since he got rid of Pepe, right? Because Pepe was the one that was, for me,
7 years since Emery.
Yeah, so okay. Saka ahead of Ljungberg for me, and obviously Igwe is the first name on this list. Yeah, there's no list anywhere. As long as they're talking about the EPL, Thierry Henry is number 1 on that list. It has to be. So Igwe up top for me. That's my list.
Okay, we have the exact same list. And I told you, I didn't read your stuff all the way, so I'm just doing my list.
Yeah.
That's why I dropped my pen. We have the exact same list. Okay. And I circled the Unforgettables. 6 Unforgettables made the list.
Yes.
So Saka, Rice, Gabi, Saliba, Timber, Raya. So we're going to save some time. We have the exact same list. Just looking ahead, the fact that there was nobody on this team that gave Perez any competition tells you where the weakness is on the team. The final Arsenal-related topic. There is a big Champions League final on Saturday. What's your prediction? Who is going to win? What's going to happen? What's the game going to be like?
Arsenal win. I think it's going to be 2-1. 2-1 to Arsenal. That's all. I'm not even gonna go beyond that, So I think 2-1 to the Arsenal.
Okay, so I can't believe I'm saying this, right? I can't believe I'm saying this. But the last time we saw PSG on the world stage underestimating an English team was at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. underestimating the eventual world champions, Chelsea FC. And a certain Cole Palmer, who will not be going to the World Cup, he just ran through them. Okay. They were just so porous, so open. I don't think that's going to happen on Saturday. But that could happen, right? But I actually went back and looked at the 3 games we played against them last year. The group stage game, which they were completely different with no Dembele, and then the legs of the semifinal, which Arsenal had no Gabby in either one and no striker. Leo Trossard was the striker. That was not good, right? And they had Donnarumma, who played out of his skin. Okay. I think Saka will have something for them, just like he had something for them last year. I am feeling so confident, Inka. I'm glad there's almost a whole week before the thing, but I'm feeling so confident. It's time to slay that giant. This is our time. I don't know what the score will be. I have a feeling they won't score at all. I have a feeling that PSG won't score at all. I have a feeling it will shock them. I don't think they will score against this team. It might be a 1-0, Havertz or Gyökeres header from a corner kick, which would not bother me, not one bit. But I don't see them scoring. Maybe I'll come back and eat crow after they put 4 past us. I just can't see it. I just told you that we lost 5 games in the league by a combined 5 goals. We don't concede.
I can, even if they put 4 past us, no wala, right? Now the thing with bed chop, na in bed go take fly.
Fly.
So at this point, right, I just think the confidence that this team will have after getting this title over the line, I think that confidence and that self-belief will be critical to the game. My only fear is don't then become overconfident. Yeah,
I don't think they can.
And the reason why I don't think that they will be is Mikel Arteta is a madman. He has assistant an assistant that is worse than he is.
Yes.
I won't be shocked. I'm telling you, I won't be shocked if after this parade, Arteta takes that trophy and go and hides it in his house, the EPL trophy, and go and hide it in his house and say, y'all have won nothing. Oh yeah, refocus.
Oh my God.
Good friend on Twitter will say or Instagram, how do you be focused?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Which is what I think will happen. I think he will refocus them soon enough where the confidence is just enough for them. That self-belief will be there to engage PSG and not give PSG the ball and say, yeah, come at us. And we'll soak the pressure and no, right? The lineup is a lineup that I'm looking forward to. I mean, the whole game too. When you're a football fanatic, I want to see how he intends to counter PSG, and I also want to see how Enrique intends to shock him. Yeah, because Enrique has a lot of moving parts also that he can come up with. Yeah. Because he can just play Desiree Doué in a first 9 situation. In the first 9 situation, I love that kid. Desiree Doué is on fire right now, right?
I love him.
So it's gonna be a very, very good game. I don't think it's gonna be a cagey one. I think it will be open. But I think Arsenal have more than enough, right, to absorb or to cater to the PSG attack. And I don't think PSG have enough in defense to hold the strength that Arsenal have. PSG are not good in the air. Yeah, every corner kick is going to be almost like a penalty kick against PSG.
Yeah.
So I'll be shocked if Gabriel is not feasting. Yeah. But at the same time, on Marquinhos. But at the same time, PSG are also, they're fearless, and their right backs, their full backs turn into wingers like that.
Yeah.
Hakimi, before you know it, Hakimi is there, right? So I don't know whether it's Leo Trossard that will play or is Martinelli. If it's Leo Trossard,
it'll be Trossard. It'll be Trossard.
If it's Leo Trossard, he has his work cut out with Hakimi. Hakimi is fearless and reckless. Hakimi does not respect who you are. He will. No, but all of them will be fine, Aki. I don't think anybody's going to miss out. If they have to inject gold into their veins, they will be ready. See this one. They will be ready. Trust me. I don't think anybody's going to miss out. Yeah. Except Timber. I don't think Timber is going to play that game. If he didn't, if he was gonna play that game, he would have played. He
would have got a run out. But what game has Arsenal played this season where they were open?
No, Zero. So this is the thing. Yeah. It is the way. So if PSG comes at you and they keep attacking, what do you think is going to happen with us now? Is you then do what? Soak and go on the counter. That's what I mean by the game will be open.
Okay.
Arsenal will always be defensively disciplined. Right? My point is PSG aren't. They are not. They don't know how to. Yeah?
No.
They don't. They honestly don't know how to.
But they did it. They did it in the second leg against Bayern. They played like Arsenal in the second leg against Bayern. Remember?
But the reason for that is because they were sitting on.
Got the early goal.
They got the early goal. Yeah. And they were sitting on that. And even apart from that, Akin, they still hit Bayern on the counter significantly.
Of course.
And the other reason is Hakimi didn't play that game. You know, it was Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery is more defensively whatever. If it's Hakimi in that game, Hakimi will be in the other half now. He'll be in the penalty box waiting to score. That's Hakimi for you.
All I remember is the Hakimi goal in the second leg against Arsenal last year was a gift by Partey. People forget that.
Yeah.
It was a gift. So there's context to everything, but again, people who use results to analyze will say, they were above reproach. They were so much better than Arsenal. They were not. There was context.
They were not.
I'm going into this feeling very confident. And I know there's at least one person on that team, Saka, who can't wait. Because he thinks he's as good as those wingers. And he wants to show it. So I can't wait. Saturday, I don't even know what time it is, but I'm not doing anything else.
So let me just put this one in out to everybody. If you think we are insufferable right now, we are. Oh my God! Yorubas typically say "Ojo ọ̀run tẹ́yẹ fò láì farakọra." Ojo ọ̀run ní tẹ́yẹ fò.
Tell people what that means.
So we say in this world, everybody, you have enough room to do whatever you want to do. The world is massive enough. Yeah. The platform is massive. The stage is big enough for everybody to do whatever they want to do without affecting the other person. That's what the proverb says. I'm telling you that if Arsenal should win, y'all won't have any stage to do anything. Or just leave the stage for us at this point.
I won't even talk to any of you people anymore. I won't even talk to you anymore.
Because I've been humble. I've been very, very, very humble, right? I'm very, very serious. So you won't on my social media, on my WhatsApp, you won't see any leak, right? The only thing I said was sarcasm. I said Arteta out, and everybody wanted to grab my neck. And I'm like, maybe WhatsApp needs a sarcasm font so that you people will know that I'm being sarcastic, right? Because I'm mocking the people that said Arteta should leave. Now he's won you the trophy. Continue with your Arteta out now. That's the only thing I've done. That's all. And to some extent, too, even you that you said you're going to insufferable, I'm sure you are managing. You haven't even started.
I haven't started. Some people are already trying to chase
Arsenal should win on Saturday. If Arsenal should win on Saturday, y'all thought what y'all saw when we won. There will be a flash mob at the Emirates after the game. Arsenal wins, there's a flash mob at the Emirates. There will be flash mobs in almost every major city. There'll be flash mob in Lagos. Let me just put it that way.
Oh my Lord.
It's gonna be bad. Anyway.
Okay, so Yinka, we're gonna wrap. This has been fun. Thank you, Yinka. Thank you, everyone. This is a long episode, and it's all Arsenal content. Thank you for indulging us. Go Arsenal. Go New York Knickerbockers. That's the only non-Arsenal content allowed today. We will be back next week after the Champions League final, which Arsenal would have won, and we'll have another one. We'll do it all over again. And until then, goodbye.
Ciao, people.